Hello everyone! Today I'm very happy to announce that version 4.565 of the Great Realism Overhaul is now out on all platforms. So I thought I'd go through the changes that I've made. So let's begin at the top. All enchanted weapons and armor prices are now correct. I had forgotten a few in the last versions, so now I've remembered them and they're now correct. Bow fatigue and two-handed fatigue are now two separate effects. So this used to be one effect, but they are now split into two, which helps a lot. This means, for example, that I've reduced bow fatigue a little bit and split it into three different tiers depending on your archery level. And the same goes for two-handed fatigue. These two have been changed. Ingredient effects have been changed, but it's not finished yet. This means that when you create a potion, it'll have a slightly different effect now. But it's not done yet. It has to be redone completely in the next version. So this is not done, but it's changed. Okay. Every single potion in the game has been redone. This is kind of a big one. Some have received big changes, some have received small changes, and some might still need to be tweaked a little bit, but for the most part, every single potion in the game has now been redone. So that should be done, and hopefully it's good. But hopefully, if you have like a potion that you think is a little bit off, please tell me, and I'll look at it. Data heart value increased to 2,500. Crafting guidebook added. This is a small book I've kind of written myself. I have a few of them, and I've moved them to the well in Whiterun, so they should all be lined up there. It's kind of just for fun, like an in-game lore-friendly guide, but it's kind of fun. So it's just a small thing, and it's not finished yet. So it'll be done maybe in the next version or something like that. It's not really that important, but if you want, you can go read it. Imperial and Stormcloak armor, as well as Imperial swords, are now not possible to loot from soldiers during the opening part in Helgen. So this only affects the opening part in Helgen. It won't change anything beyond that, but just for the part in Helgen, you cannot loot Imperial or Stormcloak armor or Imperial swords because they're really overpowered for a level 1 player. So it's a thing I've done because I need to balance the start. Because going out of Helgen with one of the best weapons and armors made the game very unbalanced. So that is a change I've done because of balance. And I know it's not kind of immersive, but it's needed. And you could kind of say that it was kind of so intense and that you forgot or couldn't take up the arms and armor of the soldiers. But yeah, but it was needed, trust me. Potions are now much more rare to find, and the same goes for poisons. So you have a 50% chance of finding them whenever they kind of appear. So like where there used to be a potion, there's now a 50% chance that there is a potion. So it'll make buying potions much more important. Reduce the amount of arrows from enemies from 20 to 12. So this is kind of an important change because arrows used to be really abundant at 20. Then you used to fight them, an archer for example, and they used to fire, let's say 10 arrows at you. So then they had 10 left. And say after 10 enemies you had 100 extra arrows, but now they only like have 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 arrows left. So this is kind of a big change. It's a small change, but it has a big effect. Removed OP minerals from ingots and ingots from loots. So this kind of is a small change. Reduced the kind of ebony ingots and stuff like that. Removed studded armor from low-level bandits. So this means that low-level bandits at the beginning of the game won't have studded armor. This means you'll have to buy it yourself if you want it. So instead of because it used to be way too easy to get it from a bandit, and then you didn't have to buy it, and then it was kind of a pretty good armor. So you didn't have to buy like fur armor or hide armor and made them kind of useless. But now you actually will have to buy kind of uh, start at the bottom and uh, buy all your armors, so to speak. Adjusted the level of every bandit and Droger in the game. So the level and health was kind of correct, but I've only tweaked it a little bit, so now it's perfect. So this is kind of, you won't really notice it. Bandits are a little bit more difficult now, and Droger are also a little bit more difficult, but it's very tiny changes, so it shouldn't affect the game too much, but it was needed. So that's that. Uh, Reduced value and weight of different variants of fur armor. Yeah, that's what it says. Reduce the variants of the fur armor. Reduce the value of tundra cotton and linen wrap. So linen wrap used to be worth 60, and yeah, it used to be worth 60, and now it's worth 15. So it's because it was kind of overpriced and not balanced. Reduce the value of soul gems, so they're now kind of more in line with the rest of the game. They used to be really, really valuable. Now they're still valuable, but not overly valuable. Change the amount of gold vendors have, and it's now randomized a bit. So I've changed, and also I've changed the inventory and stock of certain vendors to better reflect their job, wealth, and location. So this has to do with kind of like if you have Alvor, who is a smith in Riverwood, which is a small village, he won't have as advanced stuff as Eorland, who is kind of a blacksmith, one of the best blacksmiths in Skyrim. So these two have different amounts of gold, different amount of inventory, and it makes the game more diverse and makes you kind of want to travel to different locations in order to see what kind of inventory they have. So this I've only started. So it's Alvor, Lucan, Belthor, Acadia, Yorland, Orgnar, and Elrendir. So it's these vendors that have inventory changed. Um, and also I've added blacksmith hammers to some of them. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, you only have to update, you don't have to start a new game. I think. No, I don't think you have to. I believe you don't have to. And yeah, that's pretty much all the changes. I really hope you enjoy them, and please leave feedback on what you think of the changes. And I hope you enjoy them. Some of these things take time, and thank you for your patience. And also, thanks for 200 subscribers. That's awesome. Probably half of them are active though, but it's still very much appreciated that there is interest in this project. And yeah, I really enjoy it still. So yeah, looking forward to the next update. I'm going to keep working. And yeah, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.